Silent Night for violin. I'm going to play the whole thing through one time around our final speed with the slurs, and then I'll go back and play it slower. So just before I start, I want to draw your attention to the things that look kind of like rainbows over or under the notes, like smiley faces. Those are slurs. So what that means is you are supposed to play the notes in that bowing. So for instance, in the first bar, the first two notes, A and B, are slurred together. So instead of, they're in one bowing. Okay, so that the first bar would sound like this. Okay, down, down, up. Down, down, up. Okay, I recommend, actually I'm going to ask that you first practice without the slurs so that you can get the hang of the fingerings and the rhythms, and then you add in the slurs afterwards to make it more musical. The only other thing is, if you look at the second bar after B, you have a note on the E string, it's a G, okay, and there's a little arrow I wrote there beside the number 2, the finger 2. So instead of a 2 on the tape, we want a low 2, which means to just bring that second finger up closer to the first tape, because that note is G natural. Here is G sharp, here is G natural, and we don't have any G sharps in this piece. It's all G natural. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and play it for you so you know what it sounds like, and then I'll go back and play it slower. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Alright, so that's the whole thing. I'm going to go back, and even though it's not fast to end with, the tempo marking is slowly, I'm going to play it even slower so you can play with me. So here we are. I'm going to take out the slurs, I think, so that I'm playing it the way you might be playing it at home. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 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 1 and 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 2 and 3 1 and 2 and 3 and 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 1 2 and 3 and 1 and 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 2 and 3 and. Whew, that last note's a long one. So just make sure with those dotted quarter note and eighth note rhythms that you're playing them right. They can be a little bit tricky if you're unaware about them, but again, I'm just going to use the first bar as the example. We have a dotted quarter note A, and then an eighth note B, and then a dotted quarter note A again. So it's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and. Okay, I'll play it again. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Okay, Other than that, you'll probably pick this up really quickly because you're very familiar with the tune. But if you are all done with your part, then I suggest you listen to the violas or the cellos part to see how theirs fits in with yours. Happy practicing violins and good luck.